What's happening, beautiful people? Thank you for joining me for another beer review, which of course means it's Beer Monster O'Clock. And we've got a nice, cheap, cost of living style beer to review here today, because this one cost me a whole 69 pence from Home Bargains. It's by the Meantime Brewing Company, who are based in Greenwich in London. And it's called their Prime Pale. It is an American style pale ale, and it comes in at 4.3% ABV. 330 mils, this one. 69p, as I say. That's a cracking price if it's any good, isn't it? If it's any good, being the key word, because why are they selling it that cheap? It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Still okay to the 28th for the 6th, 24. So they've still got about 3 months on it. Maybe they've just got loads of them and they just need to get rid of them, you know what I mean? That's the only thing I can think of anyway. Let's crack her open, see what she's all about. 4.3%, so that's sort of a nice session sort of ABV in it. Let me know if you've picked one of these up from Home Bargains, guys. And let me know your thoughts. Do you think it was worth 69p, or did you think it was a load of rubbish? I'm really interested to know your thoughts on it, guys. And I'll let you know mine. Let's chuck her in the glass. It's looking a nice sort of orangey, ambery sort of colour. There we go. Is that a slight haze or is that cold haze? No, it's got like a slight, it's not clear at all. I can't see through it at all. It's like a nice hazy amber sort of colour with a just slightly off-white head, really small bubbles in that head. Looks a little bit creamy. It looks very good, I must say. 69p. It's not looking like a 69p beer, is it? Anyway, let's get the news in there and check out the aroma and see if it smells like a 69p beer. I mean, what would a 69p beer smell like? Don't know. Swamp water. I tell you what, it don't smell bad at all for the price. It's got an almost West Coast IPA or West Coast pale ale sort of smell about it. It's just quite resinous. Resinous and piney. A little bit of grapefruit. And like just a sweet malt subtly in the background for me. I think this is going to be quite good. But we don't know unless we shut up and chuck it down the neck, do we? So let's do just that. Cheers, everybody. Bosh. I'm going to throw this down there and let you know if I think it's worth a buy. Oh. I'll tell you what. That is a nice beer. Just full stop. It's a nice beer. And then when you think it's 69p, it's a no-brainer for me. It's very refreshing. It's got a nice crisp dryness to it. Decent amount of hops going on here. Nice kind of subtle caramel malt for me in the background that just sort of stays there throughout the sort of tasting process. Good carbonation, as you can hear. Yeah, it's that's a bargain. I'm gonna go in there nice and quick and say I think it's worth a buy. Let's have a bit more of it. Let's check out the body. Yeah, very beautiful. That's a sort of light to medium body for me, but it's got a nice smoothness to that body. It's a very piney beer. It is like drinking a kind of West Coast style pale ale. You can definitely tell they've used some American hops in this. It does say American pale ale. It's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it? But it's just overall, it's that resinous, piney sort of bitterness. It's not a high level of bitterness, but it's a pleasant level of bitterness. there's nothing amazing going on here, but it's just a very easy drinking, sessionable, you know, decent amount of hops and flavour and that going on here for 69p. You know, the key point is 69p. I mean, that is a tremendous value. Tremendous, isn't it? I mean, you could get 10 cans of this for what? £6.90? 10 cans of it. That's cracking value. I mean, it's nice and clean tasting. I would say there's a medium bitterness on this one. It lingers a little bit as well. There's like a slight kind of like orange rindy taste on the linger as well. But yeah, I think this is cracking value. If you've not tried it, what you got to lose? Well, 69p. It's worth a go. It might not be your thing if you don't like West Coast sort of style pale ales or IPAs, because that's what this reminds me of anyway, because the bitterness is probably the main standout feature of this beer. But for the fruit to really have anything about it for 69p, you can't really complain, can you? I mean, it's definitely worth a crack. And it's a good pale ale at a fantastic price. What was I going to give it out of 10? Let's get this last bit down my neck and I'll let you know. That's nice. I like it. You've got to be into bitterness though. Because yeah, as I say, that is the style of the show. It's a bitterness. It's a nice bitterness. Yeah, for 69p, you can't go wrong. Give it a go. Let me know what you think if you end up trying it. I'm going to give it, I was going to go 8. But when you think it's 69p, I'm going to knock it up to 8.5 because that's tremendous value and it's a decent beer. It's not an amazing beer, but it is an amazing beer for 69p, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Smash that like button if you made this far. Would appreciate it, and consider subscribing to the channel. Don't cost you anything, help support the channel and all that good stuff. So yeah, till next one, guys. Bye bye, darlings.